What is going on, YouTube? Joe here with Culination Media, and welcome back for another episode of Pokemon Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire Battle Spot Live. This is episode number 34, and coming into today, we are sitting at a record of 57-13 on the series. This will be the last time that we are using this team, which, of course, as always, makes me a little bit sad. I was really hoping we were going to run into a Talonflame, like at least one, just because I wanted to show this Serperior set working, but it hasn't worked out that way, and I'm sure it won't in this episode either. I'll probably try to get 3 battles in this one, and if we still don't run into a Talonflame, I'm going to bring the Serperior again in the next session, where we can have 3 more episodes with no Talonflame run-ins. But anyway, last time we had a little bit of a frustrating loss. It's one of those rare instances where the difference of 5 base power came back to bite me in the butt. So we're going to try to move past that and get back on the winning track today. As far as the team is concerned, we have our Assault Vest Magmortar with Flame Charge, Choice Scarf, Luxray with the Jolly Nature, so we can outspeed base 130s. Somewhat of an offensive Spiritomb, although it does also carry the Taunt and the Willow. Sucker Punch actually does a lot of damage thanks to the black glasses. Then we have Life Orb Nidoking. It's actually mixed. It's running Earth Power. Everything else is physical, so I have Poison Jab and Sucker Punch on there. Then we have the Serperior set with enough HP investment to survive a Choice Banded Talonflame's Brave Bird, thanks to our Koba Berry, which we haven't gotten to use at all and probably won't. And then we have a stall-breaking, physically defensive Skarmory with Rocky Helmet. It's got the Taunt, so it can shut down things like Ferrothorn, and that's pretty much that. So I think I want to lead off with Nidoking here, just because Nidoking does beat Altaria, which is great. Nidoking actually does a number on this team, because I don't know, unless it's offensive Rotom Heat, it can't OHKO me with an Overheat, so I can get off some decent damage there. Magmortar actually puts in a decent amount of work on this team as well, although we may have to rely on hitting a Focus Blast if he does bring the Rotom Heat. I don't know what I want to bring. Maybe the Spiritomb, because the Gallade could be a problem. So, if he wants to try to set up subs or whatever, Spiritomb will be our go-to Pokemon for that. So that's pretty much it. We're getting into our first battle. As always, I want to say thank you guys to everyone that's been showing the support on the likes and the comments and all that stuff. You guys are great, and you're making it a lot of fun to continue this series. I would continue it anyway just because I really enjoy it, but it's something special when I know you guys are enjoying it too. And I don't know, that's just how it works for me, I guess. But anyway, we're going to go for a Poison Jab here, as he does lead off with the Rotom. I outspeed this, so he is he's not defensive? And he actually misses his Overheat. Why did that do so much? Is he specially defensive? Because this actually naturally outspeeds me if he was offensive. That's kind of strange. He's just going to switch out. Maybe he's like max speed but modest. That's possible. He is going to switch in the Sableye. That's still going to take a decent amount, even though it resists this. Yeah, that does like 25%. And we are going to get hurt by the Rocky Helmet, so we know it's not Mega. Rocky Helmet Sableye. Now that is interesting. He's probably going to try to Willow here. And I'm really tempted to just click Earth Power because I think it might kill him. Because he's definitely physically defensive if he's carrying the Rocky Helmet. But I do have the Magmortar, which is a safe switch. So I'm going to go for that. And really hope that he goes for the Willow. Pretty sure that's what he's going to do here, but I'm going to go for it anyway. As he does go for the Willow, so we get that safe switch. And now I'm free to click Flame Charge, basically. Fire Blast will just kill this, and I do outspeed it. But if he goes into the Rotom, I think Flame Charge plus T-Bolt might kill him, and I don't have to rely on Focus Blast or Fire Blast hitting. So I'm going to go for that. And he is going to withdraw. Pretty sure Rotom's coming in here. But from the looks of it, it looked offensive. It just kind of caught me off guard that Nidoking outsped it. But yeah, we're going to go for the Flame Charge, and that does absolutely nothing. And we are going to get a speed boost, so we should definitely outspeed this now, regardless of its nature or whatever. And I really want to click T-Bolt. I know it's not stab, and it's a resisted hit, but I feel like I don't want to miss a Fire Blast, though, so I'm going to go for T-Bolt and see if we can get the kill here. And he's actually going to live with a tiny sliver and get off his own T-Bolt. Yeah, that has to be offensive. That did way too much. So he's offensive, but not max speed. Because we're Assault Vest, so we would have taken that a lot better if he was defensive. We're going to be able to take him out with another T-Bolt. I guess I should have just clicked Fire Blast there because that would have killed. But, yeah, if I could get away with going for a safer play, I was going to try to go for it. Ended up not working out because of a damage roll. But I don't know if we got min damage or whatever, but we just didn't get the roll that we needed. Even still, we should outspeed this Gallade, and Fire Blast is going to do a lot of damage to it. He can get some of that back with Drain Punch. I've seen more of them carrying close combat than Drain Punch, though, probably because of the power difference. It obviously does way more than Drain Punch, so you kind of need it to get some KOs. So it makes sense. But I am going to go for the Fire Blast here, and that does about 60%. He is going to fire off a close combat, and there's no way Magmortar is going to be able to take that. So unfortunately, we didn't get to do as much as I wanted to. And Fire Blast would have been really great for Sableye, so maybe that was a mistake. I should have probably just gone into Spiritomb there, knowing that a Fighting-type move was coming. But I really wanted to be able to get a safe switch into something. Now, I want to say that Sucker Punch from Nidoking might actually kill this. But Gallade does get a defense boost when he Mega Evolves. I think I'm going to go for it anyway. I don't know what he would have to hit me. A lot of them don't carry a Psychic-type stab. So he might be forced to go for Knockoff, but I'm actually going to go for Sucker Punch. He's actually going to switch out here and go into the Sableye, predicting another Poison-type move. I think he thinks that I'm Scarfed, and that's why he switched. But I'm going to just fire off an Earth Power here as he goes for the Will-O-Wisp and catch him off guard because he thinks I'm physical. And I'm not. So this might just kill with our Life Orb. It's very possible. I do have a little bit of investment in a special attack as well, and Sableye is going down. Unfortunately, now that we're burned, Sucker Punch is not going to do too much. I really don't want him to sub, though. That's the thing. I do not want him to get up a free sub because he does have enough HP to throw one up. So I'm going to click Earth Power. Yeah, just in case. Yeah, he does go for the sub, predicting the Sucker Punch there, and I'm not going to go for it. There's no way I'm going to give you a sub, even though I hit through with Spiritomb, because now I might actually be able to kill him with a Sucker Punch and not even have to go play mind games with the Sucker Punch shenanigans. Either way, I don't think it mattered. I'm pretty sure I just won at this point. Pretty sure, because yeah, he couldn't do anything else. He couldn't get any of his health back because he has close combat. So there's really nothing he could do. And at +6, like, he would have to have a priority move, which would be Shadow Sneak, and I don't think that kills Spiritomb at +6 even. So if you wanted to set up all those Swords Dances, but it's not going to matter because we're going to fire off a Sucker Punch, and that's actually going to take him out. So Nidoking killing everything, basically, putting in so much work. I'm still surprised by how much that Poison Jab did to that Rotom. Like, I know now that it's offensive, or it was offensive, but still, that was ridiculous. It did like 75%. And then I went and ruined it by going for T-Bolts instead of just trying to kill it with Fire Blast. Oh well, we get the win, so it's going to be 58-13 on the series. And that's pretty consistent with a 3-battle video as far as time is concerned, because it took about 8 or 9 minutes to get through that, but we had the intro and everything, so I feel like we can do 3 battles in this one. I would say so. So we're going up against somebody from Japan, as always, because that seems to be the only place that plays Pokemon when I am on Battle Spot. Alright, so we have the Mega Venusaur. Volcarona is actually a huge problem. I might have to kill it with Sucker Punch on Spiritomb. I very well may have to do that. I really want to bring the Serperior for the Azumarill and for the Hippowdon. But again, the Spiritomb might be essential here just for the Volcarona because I have nothing else for it. Magmortar resists the stabs, but if it gets up some quivers, I mean, Fire Blast is not going to do nearly enough because obviously it gets those Spadef boosts. Yeah, so I think I need to bring the Spiritomb, and Skarmory I'm going to bring for the Heracross and Excadrill. It actually does take on the Azumarill fairly well also, but let's see. I think I need to bring the Serperior in that last slot. Because, yeah, as I mentioned, it takes on the Azumarill and it takes on the Hippowdon. If I don't bring Serperior, I have nothing for Hippowdon. Like, Skarmory takes it on, but it likely has Whirlwind Shenanigans and Slack Off, so I don't know that I'd be able to break it. Wouldn't take any damage, and it can't be toxic with Skarmory, but I don't think I could actually kill it. And since you win by killing things, we're going to bring the Serperior. Yet again, no Talonflame, though. I'm so disappointed. I really, really am. I knew this was going to happen because whenever you bring a Pokemon to specifically counter something, you just won't run into it. Like, whenever I brought, back in the X and Y days, whenever I'd bring something specifically for Mega Kangaskhan, I would just never see Mega Kangaskhan. So I'm like, what? It's like one of the most common Pokemon. It's in the top 10 most used Pokemon on BattleSpot singles. What's going on? So I'm going to taunt this thing so that he can't set up his Stealth Rocks and then start Whirlwinding or doing whatever it is that he wants to do. He's actually going to stay in. Does he have Fire Fang? But I went for Rock Tomb expecting a switch there, actually, to get a speed drop on something. But he's actually going to show off the Rock Slide. That's not going to be doing enough. Yeah, that didn't even do 20. That did not even do 20 HP. I'm going to go for a Brave Bird here and gauge the damage on this thing. We might be able to get an idea of whether this is specially defensive or physically defensive. Probably physically defensive because that tends to be more useful on BattleSpot. And now he's going to withdraw and go into Heracross. That's dead. That is dead. That is not a good switch. Maybe he thought my only attacking move was Rock Tomb and that I did not have the Brave Bird, but... And it's a critical hit. That did not mean anything. Obviously, it's a 4-time super effective move, but that's huge to get rid of Heracross right away without having to take any damage from it. That's a beautiful thing. That is a beautiful thing. And he's going to go into Excadrill. So basically, his whole team just got walled by Skarmory, essentially. Because even if that was Mega Heracross, which I'm assuming it was, close combat is not an OHKO. So he was eventually just going to get killed anyway, I suppose. So he's going to go into the Excadrill now, and he can just Rock Slide me. And I'm going to Roost. He's going to have to flinch me to death, because he can't kill me from there. Even if he's Life Orb, does not matter. And yeah, he is going to show off the Life Orb. And we are going to get flinched, unfortunately. This is where having lefties would come in handy. But I don't have it. I've got the Rocky Helmet. I need to click Roost again. And hope that he doesn't flinch me again. I can take one more. Please don't get the double flinch. Please don't get the double flinch. Come on. There, we take that. 17 HP. We're racking up some Life Orb damage. And we're going to flinch again. Seriously, RNG? Seriously, this is what we're doing? So he's going to win this matchup just because of that. I don't really want to switch anything in on this, so I'm going to have to Roost again. He hits another Rock Slide. It would have been nice if he could miss one of those. If you're going to get all those flinches, can you just, like, miss a Rock Slide? And he gets a crit just to add insult to injury. It did not matter at all, of course. But he just, you know, the RNG gods just do that to show you who's in charge. And there's really nothing you can do about it. You're at their mercy. Now I basically have to go into... I have to go into Spiritomb, because with the sand up, Serperior is not outspeeding this thing. So I don't think he showed the Mold Breaker either. He's pretty clearly the Sand Rush variant. We did rack up some Life Orb Recoil, which is great. I think I had to go for Sucker Punch here to get damage off. Because even if I sacrifice my Spiritomb, I can... yeah, Life Orb plus Sucker Punch might kill, actually. So I'm going to go for it. Because he's definitely going to go for EQ here. There's really no reason for him not to. Actually, that just kills because we get a critical hit. The RNG guys just were pitying us. They just felt bad. They heard me complaining and they were like, you know what? We're going to give you a little something. I don't know how much that mattered. I would have to calc it. I am adamant with max attack, or close to max attack, and black glasses. So I know that was going to do a lot. Although I think we probably would have lost Spiritomb or come close to it. We would have taken a lot of damage from an Earthquake. That much I know. So it kind of sort of did matter. Now it's just Hippowdon versus the world. And we are going to go straight for a Will-O-Wisp as he is going to fire off a taunt. It's unfortunate that this thing outspeeds me. But we did get the Willow off. I'm very tempted to just allow myself to fall asleep and taunt him. Because I don't need... I don't need Spiritomb anymore. Like, that doesn't... Having Spiritomb out doesn't really do anything for me. Because if I taunt him, at least he can't slack off. And the worst that he can do to me is just EQ. So he's actually going to go for... Oh, no, he has Rock Slide. That's right. That's right. The worst he can do is Rock Slide. He's going to try to flinch me to death now. That's what he's going for. He's trying for the flinches. So we're going to taunt him just to prevent any potential shenanigans. He did show the Stealth Rock already. And so Stealth Rock, Rock Slide... Has he shown anything else? He has to have Slack Off. And then one other move. Maybe... I guess it's either EQ or Whirlwind. Maybe he doesn't... maybe he doesn't have EQ and Rock Slide is his only attacking move. That's possible. So either way, he's getting worn down by the burn damage. And we pretty much have this in the bag here. As I'm just going to continually Sucker Punch and hope that we wake up soon. We actually wake up on this turn. Was that only 2 turns? He may have got min damage, or min damage. Min sleep turns. He's going to Rock Slide again. And is his taunt going to wear off this turn? He might be able to slack off, if so. No, actually it does not. So this battle is over, pretty much. I mean, even if he does slack off, and, you know, whatever, then I can just go into Serperior and kill it. So it's really not going to be that big of a deal. I'm going to go for Taunt because it just doesn't matter at this point. It just does not matter. Did I miss the fact that his Taunt... Yeah, it failed. Okay. That's what I thought. I should have just went for Sucker Punch, but for some reason I kept thinking in my head, I swear the Taunt wore off, but it didn't. This is me just being stupid. I hope he doesn't think I'm being just a bad person now and just showing him who's in charge by just continually taunting him for no reason. I'm not trying to do that. Not trying to do that at all. I really thought he was going to slack off there, so I did go for the taunt again, because it did wear off, and he's just going to die to the burn damage. So that was a bit unfortunate. I looked like a complete jerk right there. Not what I was trying to do. Sorry about that. I did just kind of brain fart, so I apologize. I'm happy that I brain farted at a time where it didn't really matter, because we already had the match won, like I said. But, yeah, sometimes I do weird things. Sometimes I do weird things. If you watch like bits and pieces of my videos, sometimes you just look at things I do and you go, how does this guy win any matches? How is that possible? So that brings our record to 59-13. And we got a chance to get up to 60 wins because we're going to go for another battle. We are like 18 minutes into the video, but I don't care. I guess this is just going to be a longer one because I want to do one more battle with this team. I'm really, really enjoying this team. I really, really am. It's not as gimmicky as the last one with like Beautifly and all that stuff. But I feel like we have a nice mix of things. Like I've got the OU representation with the Skarmory, and then, you know, we've got some, actually, Serperior is BL now, so that's that. And then we have the Nidoking for UU, we've got Spiritomb for RU, and then we got a couple of NU Mons. So I feel like there's nice variety going on. Those are the teams that I like the most. I like something from every end of the spectrum, I guess. Again with the Hippowdons. What is it with all the Hippowdons on Battle Squad? They're everywhere. They're everywhere, I tell you. So we have Lucario. This is probably going to be Mega Lucario. Don't see too many regular Lucarios. Just because the Mega is so good. Then we got the Porygon 2, which I cannot stand. I really don't have much for that either. That could be an issue. He's got the Breloom. I kind of feel like he wants to lead off with that. For Spore, Focus Sash, Shenanigans, so I want to lead off with Serperior for that reason. And Gyarados, I don't know what that's going to be. I feel like the Dragonite's going to be the Dragon Dance set. So would he have 2 Pokemon with Dragon Dance? I don't really know. I guess it's possible. Again with the Hippowdon. So I feel like his potential leads are the Hippowdon or the Breloom. And Serperior actually takes them on both fairly well because I can Leaf Storm on both of them, and the Breloom can't really do much to me. The best it can do is Rock Tomb, which would stink, but I'm going to break its Sash that way, and it won't be able to put anything to sleep. So there's that. If he's Life Orb, he might be able to 2-hit KO me with Rock Tomb. I don't know. But we're going to go with Serperior and Spiritomb, and yeah, let's just see what happens here. Let us see what happens, and I hope he doesn't bring Porygon 2, because I don't know how that's going to work. I really don't. We're going to have to get up some Leaf Storm boosts if we're going to beat that thing, because it's just stupidly bulky. I really hate Porygon 2, I swear I do. And of course he's going to lead off with it. Why did I say anything? I jinxed myself, as he's going to trace the contrary, which really doesn't mean much. Do I need to switch? I feel like I need to switch. No, it doesn't make any sense. Doesn't make any sense to switch. I have no safe switch-ins. So I'm just going to go for Leaf Storm and hope that after a couple of boosts we can take this thing out. He's probably just going to go for Ice Beam. And that did nothing. Did absolutely nothing. He is going to go for the Ice Beam. Hopefully this is defensive. And I think we can take a couple more if we start Giga Draining. So I guess that's what we're going to have to do. I'm going to have to Giga Drain and then Leaf Storm and hope we get a decent roll. Actually, that did a lot. Wow. That did way more than I thought, actually. So he's going to go for Ice Beam again because that's really his only play. I mean, I guess he could have recovered there to be completely certain that he's going to live. I think we might be able to kill him with Leaf Storm at +2. From that range, I think we might. Judging by how much Giga Drain did, I think we're in the clear here. So he actually may have misplayed by going for the Ice Beam over the recover there. Maybe he thought I didn't have the Giga Drain. But I mean, hindsight is also 20/20. I probably would have done the same thing if I were him, so I can't really knock that play. But we get rid of the Porygon too, so apparently Serperior is just doing what it needs to do. Out comes the Breloom here. The Mach Punch is very obvious. And I've got 2 switch-ins to that. Doesn't really get any better than that. I kind of want to save this thing in case he does have the Hippowdon, because he obviously wouldn't just bring it in on a Serperior that's at +4. So I am going to go into Skarmory here because he can't do anything but put me to sleep. And he is going to just go for the Mach Punch, which is great because now I also break the Sash on this thing. So that is quite important. Although I don't think anything but Skarmory can OHKO it. I don't know if HP Fire unboosted from a Serperior would kill it. I don't think it would. I mean, Breloom is pretty frail, but he is just going to put me to sleep, and that should be expected. I think that was really his only play here. And if he's Swords Dance, that could be a little bit scary, because I'm going to need to hope that I wake up soon, basically. That's what it comes down to. I hope we wake up in the next 2 turns. That would be great. He's actually going to withdraw, save the Breloom, and he's going to go into the Hippowdon, actually. Okay, so it's a good thing I saved Serperior because that might be our win condition now. Very possible that it is. So we do wake up on the 2nd turn, so the RNG gods are being a little bit friendly to us right now after those ridiculous flinches. They weren't ridiculous, but you know, the flinches on Skarmory, they kind of felt bad, I guess. So thanks, Roman. I appreciate that. So I am going to just taunt this thing because I don't want you doing shenanigans. All Hippowdons do the exact same thing. They set up Stealth Rock, they Whirlwind, they Toxic, they Slack Off, and that's pretty much all they're there for. As well as setting up Sand, of course. But yeah, nobody does anything else with them. So I probably should Roost here. I really don't want him to predict that and go for EQ, though. I feel like the Roost is kind of obvious. So I'm going to click Brave Bird, and he can't kill me with a Rock Slide anyway. So at least we might be able to get some damage off on this thing. Are we going to see a Rocky Helmet? Yes, we are. So we get all that recoil. We still don't die to it. Yeah, he does go for the EQ. That was a good play. And I think I have to Roost now anyway. I mean, what am I going to switch in? I probably just need to Roost. I'm going to go for it. I guess I should have went for it last turn. But, oh well. I mean, I'd actually rather he has the Rocky Helmet now that I'm thinking about it. Just because that passive recovery with lefties is a problem. Yeah, that doesn't do anywhere near enough. His taunt is going to wear off. And do I taunt you again? That is the question. He's just going to spam EQ, most likely. I don't want you setting up rocks or anything. I'm just not interested in that. He's actually going to switch out. And because I taunted, we're in a fantastic position. Because all he can do is attack me. So he's got Mach Punch, probably Bullet Seed, maybe Rock Tomb. None of those will kill me. And I can just fire off a Brave Bird here if he wants to sack this thing. Yeah, there's really no reason for me not to go for Brave Bird at this point. Absolutely no reason. So I'm just going to go for it. He does go for the Rock Tomb. That's not going to be enough. No way. Skarmory is way too fat for that. He does lower our speed, which is actually a little bit unfortunate because I think Hippowdon will outspeed us now. Potentially. And yeah, Breloom's just going to die to that. Jeez. That HP bar is going down so quickly. Actually, we go down to the recoil, so it doesn't matter. That is actually preferable because now we can just go into Serperior and win the game with a Giga Drain / Leaf Storm. I don't know if I want to risk it by going for Leaf Storm, because if I miss, that could be dangerous. That could potentially be dangerous if the Hippowdon has Toxic, because, yeah, then Spiritomb's going to be in trouble. I think I want to go for Giga Drain to ensure that I will live any hit. Yeah, it's not worth missing, to be honest. And he actually does survive that because he's a Hippowdon and they're so fat. It's ridiculous. But we get all that HP back. He does just go for the EQ. Pretty sure that's his only attacking move. I don't think he showed Rock Slide. I think that was the last battle. Or the last Hippowdon we saw. I don't even know if it was the last battle. I think it was. So many freaking Hippowdons lately, and he's going to just forfeit the match as I just clicked Dragon Pulse, just because I kind of wanted to see the animation again. I really like the animation for Dragon Pulse. I don't know why. But that's going to be a win for us. So we actually got 3 wins today. So we got up to 60 in the win column, 13 is in the loss column, although we didn't get any losses today. Like I said, this is going to be the last time we use this team. So next time we're going to bring some fresh faces and all that fun stuff. I hope you guys enjoyed this session and this video. If you did, please make sure you're leaving a like rating or a comment or whatever you would like to do, of course. And I will see you all next time. But until then, game on.